my picture off your cameras right now.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't have any right.
Don't approach. Don't touch me.
Hey,
Touch me and you go to jail.
You don't have any right. No, but you don't have any right.
There's no expectation of privacy when you're in public, sir. This is public easement right here.
Yeah, but you have no right to take my picture.
Under what law?
Under my law. I'm a California citizen. I have a right to stop you from taking my picture.
You don't have that right.
Yes, I do.
Call the police.
Okay, I will.
Call the police.
I will. So you have no right to take my picture. And
sir, it doesn't make a lot of sense to approach someone with a camera and say, "Don't take my picture."
Well, you can't. You're not supposed to. It's
under what law?
Under what
Cite the law.
California law.
So
you tell me if you're taking my picture. Okay, so if you're out here taking pictures, you have no right.
Under what law? Cite the law.
So you tell me.
Sir, if you don't want to be on camera, I suggest you walk away.
Okay, well, if you guys get me in any kind of newsletter, I'm going to sue both of you guys.
All right, well, good luck with that.
Well, thank you very much.
Good luck with that. You're an idiot.
Well, you are too.
Because we know the law?
Well, he said we can't take his picture under my law.
He said California law and my law.
But he couldn't cite the law.
Now he's going to speak with security.
Let's see if security's going to give him an education. Walk of shame, buddy, walk of shame. And the popo has arrived, just as we suspected they would.
It's not the guy, it's somebody else.
Here we go, we got backup. This officer is going over here to the parking lot. Well, she's not approaching us. Well, now she is. I thought she was going to go talk to security
Good morning,
first.
how are you?
Good. What you guys doing out here?
Video recording?
Video recording? What are you video recording?
Anything we can see.
Anything you can see? Because right now you're video recording the refinery, which is why they were called out here to kind of find out what's going on.
Okay.
You guys see how that could kind of be an issue or be portrayed as something that might be undesirable?
Well, it's in plain view, though. It can be seen from, you know, public easement where we are. So, you know, we have no plans of going on their property or anything like that.
I gotcha. So a lot of times it creates a lot of an issue.
Hey, it's my friend. How you doing?
I'm good. You're not going to bully me off public property again, are you?
No, I'm not going to bully you, but just a heads up, there's signs all the way up and down this road that say you can't stop, park, and be here, okay?
This is public property.
Yeah, you're good right here, but how are you going to get over there and how are you going to get over there? So we'll see you when you do. Goodbye.
You're an idiot.
What's that?
You're an idiot.
I am?
Yeah.
You're pretty awesome, you know that?
Oh, really? Well, thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate the compliment.
Where'd you go to school at?
Huh? None of your business.
None of my business? Okay.
Yeah.
It's free. You're right. Free speech. Free everything. You have a great day.
You too.
Alrighty. Good job, guys.
Take care.
So, is he trying to imply that we're not allowed to walk back to our vehicle?
There's no signs here that say you can't stop.
I didn't see any, but
And as far as parking, we're not parked.
our tax dollars hard at work.
Yeah.
I guess all the crime in Contra Costa County must be solved.
Yeah, they're probably working on some cases right now.
There goes Deputy Dumb. Maybe he's given up. He's finally decided that it's not worth the effort.
Same to you.
There goes Deputy Dumb doing the drive of shame.
The other one.
Looks like she's gonna do the drive of shame as well. Drive of shame, people, drive of shame. That you were wrong.
This video is a perfect example of what happens when clueless citizens and even dumber cops try to flex on people who actually know the law. Auditor was filming from a public easement outside the Phillips 66 refinery. Totally legal, totally constitutional. And right away, a random guy storms up screaming, "You can't take my picture under my law." He can't cite a statute, can't name a code, just vibes and nonsense. He threatens lawsuits, throws out fake California citizen privileges, and then runs straight to security for backup. Walk of shame number 1, and of course the police show up, because in America, cameras get more attention than actual crime. The deputy rolls in, tries the usual intimidation routine, babbling about imaginary no stopping, no parking rules. But when the auditors shut all that down with facts, he switches tactics and tries something new. He starts buttering up the auditor, compliments him, calls him awesome, tries to laugh it off like they're buddies. You can literally see the moment he realizes he picked the wrong people to mess with, and he desperately tries to save face. But it doesn't work, and he gets hit with the drive of shame twice. Another day, another cop who learns the hard way that the Constitution doesn't disappear because someone's feelings got hurt. This is why we record, this is why we push back, and this is why these auditors keep winning. Let's keep going.
Excuse me, sir.
Turn your camera off.
Who are you?
To record in here.
Who are you, sir?
I'm the court administrator. Turn it off.
I just want to
Turn it
know who
off.
you are. What's your name?
Turn it off.
Do you see
I'm
the
gonna tell
difference
you-
between? Do you
I'm
see the
gonna tell you
difference
one
between
more
you
time.
and the woman that just came out here?
I'm going to tell you one more time, and then you
What's
can
your
get
name, sir?
arrested.
Arrested for what?
Disorderly conduct, obstructing official business.
I'm not obstructing anything. This is my
Yes,
First
you are.
Amendment right. You're not even a law enforcement officer,
You
sir.
don't have a First Amendment right in this building.
Of course I do.
You're not allowed to
This is not the
record.
United States of America.
Turn it off.
Are you a law enforcement officer, sir?
Yes. Yes.
You are a law enforcement
Yes.
officer, so you can effect arrests.
Yes. Turn it off.
I would like to speak to the bailiff downstairs. I'd like to speak to an actual law enforcement
I'm the court
officer.
administrator, and I'm also a law enforcement officer.
How are you a law enforcement officer and a court administrator?
Why does that concern you?
Because impersonating a law enforcement officer is a crime, sir.
Then you can go file charges against me. I'm a law enforcement officer. Why are you filming in the building? You're
That
not
probably
allowed
would have
to
been your
film in the
first
building.
question that you could have asked me instead of coming to me so aggressively. What's your name, sir?
Scott.
Scott. My name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. All I'm doing
You're not
is...
allowed to record in this building.
But-
It's a local court rule.
And the clerk is getting me the rules so I can look at it. There is no signage,
meantime,
Scott. There is no
turn your
signage.
phone off.
There is no signage that is posted here for me to know. So she's getting me the court rule so I can look at it and be aware. I need to be advised of the...
Turn your phone off.
But I need to be advised of the rule and see the rule.
No,
I just
you
want
do
to
not.
read the rule.
You do not.
Yes, you do. You have to be made aware of the rule. This is not a
I'm
crime.
telling you what the rule is. Turn
Hey, sir,
your
how are
phone
you?
off right now. Turn it off.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to de-escalate. There's no
I
law
don't-
being
I
broken
don't care
here.
what you would like me to do.
Okay, so
I'm
why should I care what you
repeatedly
like?
asking you
She's
because
getting me
it's
the
a local
rule.
court
She's
rule.
getting me the court rule to read.
Okay. Okay. The phone's coming out of your hands.
It's not. That would be a violation of my rights. You have no. I'm not breaking any law, sir. Why would the phone come out of my hand?
Let me ask you something. What's your business here today?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask some questions to the clerk, and I'm an independent journalist. No one's asked me to leave.
No, Scott's asking.
I just did a minute ago.
No, you did not. You
No,
said to
he-
turn off the phone.
No.
Can I, ma'am? Can I see the rules?
You can get online.
I missed the chance to see the rules. Are you kidding
Until we
me?
get this
I
figured
told you
out,
where
I'm
they
gonna
are.
ask you to leave, okay?
All right, I'll wait for the PD. That's the first time. I want to make it clear. The first time someone's asked me to leave, you told me a million times to turn off the phone.
You didn't listen.
Sorry, ma'am. It's absolutely ridiculous the way you guys are acting today. Really, especially you, Scott.
I don't really care.
All right,
I think
that's
is or
fine.
isn't ridiculous. All you had to do was shut your phone off.
All you had to do was show me the rules. She printed out the
I don't
rules.
have
She
to
was
show
very
you the
nice to me,
rules.
and she said, "I will show you the rules." And I said,
I
"Okay,
don't
no
have to
problem."
show 'em to you.
And she has them printed out. You say, "Don't show it to him."
No, you missed that chance.
She has the rules printed out, and you
could've
don't show it
complied
to
with
him.
that earlier.
What do you mean? I never saw the rule.
I don't have to show you the rule.
Hi, ma'am. How are you? gonna talk to you outside.
Okay, well, turn off the camera, the recording.
Yeah, I'm outside. I can record, so I'm just gonna go outside and record.
Okay, but you're not stopping the recording now.
But I'm going outside.
They asked you to stop the recording prior to this.
Right, but that's not. But that wasn't a law. Listen. Can I? I want to explain to you outside, so that way there's no confusion here. Can I get your name and badge number, ma'am?
Yes, it's Officer Parcel, badge number 91.
Okay, officer. I just want to explain to you exactly. Well, I was there, so I just want to explain to you exactly what happened. So I just went upstairs. I'm an independent journalist. My name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I was asking questions. A clerk came up to me very nicely, and she said, "Sir, we have a local rule here, not a law, a rule, which judges enforce rules, not law enforcement." So she said, "We have a local rule here that you cannot record." I said, "Is that in the courthouse, or is it itself, or is it in the courtroom? Because some rules say the courtroom, some rules say the courthouse." She said, "It's the courthouse." I said, "Well, would you mind if I take a look at that rule?" She said, "No problem. I'll go print it out for you." That was the interaction. She left. Scott, the court administrator, came out and said, "Turn off your phone." He started escalating the situation, started freaking out, and me doing nothing wrong. All I said was, "I'm waiting for the rule. I want to see the rule. I need to be advised of the rule." That's why usually when there's no recording in places, they have signage. Due to local rule, blah, 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 you cannot record in here. So I said, "I was waiting for the rule. That's it." So he starts telling me, "Turn off your camera now." He tells the bailiff to take my phone, all these other things. I said, "I have a First Amendment right." He said he was law enforcement. I don't know how a court administrator is law enforcement. Something probably you should look into, somebody impersonating law enforcement. He said he was law enforcement. I don't know. But all I said was, "I want to see the rule." That's it. The woman comes out very nicely. She says, "Here's the rules." He says, "No, don't give it to him." And then the bailiff says, "Well, now I'm going to ask you to leave." And that's when you saw me coming down the elevator, and I said, "Okay, I'll wait for law enforcement outside." That's all that's going on here. There's nothing. I'm not being disorderly. I'm not doing anything unlawful.
Called is they told you need to stop recording, and then when you didn't, they told you that you need to leave.
No. That's why I have it all recorded, ma'am. Okay. This is exactly why I record my interactions with government officials. And when I was told to leave, all Scott ever did, the court administrator, would say, "Turn off your phone." He told the bailiff to take my phone. The bailiff said, "I'm not going to take his phone because I don't want to violate his rights. Let's wait for the local PD to come." So I said, "Okay, let's wait for them." And then the bailiff says, "Well, you can get charged with criminal trespassing." And I said, "Well, no one's asking me to leave." He's like, "Well, I'm going to ask you to leave right now." And I said, "Okay, if you're asking me to leave, I'll wait for PD outside." That's it.
Well, it sounds like there's some miscommunication.
Right. Sounds like somebody's lying, and that's why I record my interaction with law enforcement. Sir, you mind if I get your name and badge number?
Yeah. Name's Officer Lord. Badge number's 33.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. Did you see the signs?
1 second so I can talk to him.
Yeah, let me talk there and then.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah. Just to make it clear to everybody, there are no signs posted anywhere.
Film law enforcement, I have no problem. That's why I'm letting you record me while we're outside. The issue is that, like I said, for all the city buildings, which this is attached to our city, the police department, and it's attached to the municipal building, which is the city offices, there's postage saying that you cannot record inside.
Right.
So,
but there's not anything posted here. You have to advise people by being posted.
That there's rules against the court that you don't have to have that posted. So he's printing off that information. We're going to get that information, and we'll go from there on what they want to do. But basically, there's a lot of government buildings that say you can't record, and they don't have to have postings inside or outside saying that.
Well, they do. Okay.
That's something that's just
fine. Like I said, I film in a lot of government buildings across the country, and it's just for transparency, asking questions of my government, and some of them say you can't. In the NYPD, they say you can't. I got a federal judge to say you can. Again, if it has to go that way, it has to go that way. I left when told to leave. The rule is not a statute that you can arrest me for. It's not a statute. It's not something it's not at least that I know of. I've never heard of this rule, but it's not a statute. You don't get charged with it.
Have like their own
right. But the judge is the ones that enforce it, not local law enforcement. The judge is the one that, it would be a contempt of court charge.
Would still be involved in this. Like, their concern is that they asked you to leave.
That's not true. It's not true.
And then that didn't happen. So then, of course, they're going to call us.
That's not true. So am I being detained at this time? I just want to know. Okay.
Like I said, we're trying to figure out.
Can I
what's
speak to a
going on.
supervisor as well? That's all right. There's one available.
That's why I asked the other officer.
Hey, sir. How are you?
Good, how are you?
My name is Sean. Do you mind if I get your name and badge number?
That's Sergeant McGuffin with number 83.
Sergeant, so the problem I'm having here is that, I walked inside, I am a First Amendment activist. I ask questions. I'm an independent journalist. I told you my name is Sean. I was just asking some questions of people inside. A clerk came out. She was very nice. She said, sir, there's a local rule that you cannot record for the courthouse. And I said, okay, can I see the rule? And she said, sure, let me go get you a copy of it. So I waited where I was. While she's there, a court administrator says, turn off your phone now, starts freaking out on me, escalating the situation. And
Can I ask a question?
yeah.
Where was your phone pointed? Was it in towards the windows where they have all the paper?
Well, no, I was far away. I didn't even go up to the
weren't in a
windows.
courtroom?
No, in the courtroom. No. And I asked her that.
You're at the windows.
No, not. I was in front. I was when you first walk in from the elevator. That's it. And I asked her. I said, can I see the rules? Because I've dealt with this before. Sometimes it says the courtroom. Sometimes it says different places. So I just wanted to clarify what it was. Sometimes people tell me you can't record, and they have no idea what they're talking about. So I just said, okay. And the cops and the police come, and they're like, well, he can record, right? So I just wanted to see the rules. So she said, yeah. She was very nice. She said, sure, no problem. Then Scott comes out, and he's like, I'm a law enforcement officer. I'm telling you to stop recording. And I was like, can I see the rule? He's like, no, you're not going to see the rule. The administrator comes out, the clerk comes out, excuse me, and she says, here are the rules, sir. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. And he's like, no, I don't give him the rules. There's nothing posted, sir. There's nothing that would make me understand or know that there is a rule other than somebody telling me, and they could be lying. It's not a law enforcement officer. It's not you. It's not somebody official. Some guy in a suit telling me that.
That's the clerk of court or the chief bailiff.
Right. But again, I had no idea. So he told me he's a court administrator. I think he's some sort of administrator. And then at the end of the day, he's not a law enforcement officer. He can't effect arrests outside of the courthouse.
He signs warrants and all that.
Right.
Like I said, he is the chief bailiff.
Right. So all I was saying is that, and then once one of the bailiffs inside said, all right, until we figure this out, leave. Until we figure this out. And I said, all right, no problem. I'll leave. I'll wait for law enforcement. He said, we called law enforcement. The bailiff says, I don't want to violate your rights. Let's figure this out. Let's, we could look at the rule. Because sometimes rules have specific areas in the courthouses.
That would be my guess. My
Right.
understanding would be not in a courtroom or anywhere that window.
Right.
There's a lot of sensitive information on the backside of that window. 'Cause
Right.
that's where
Well, going
people
up to the window, I did not do. Hey, sir.
So this is the municipal code. This is all filed through the Ohio Supreme Court and is approved by them.
Okay.
And it's because of the size of our court, they said, when you're going upstairs, there's a chance you could be filming victims of crimes and all that, which they have to protect the victims of crimes. Okay?
Well, couldn't you film victims? I understand what you're saying, and I no problem with it. I'm just saying you could film victims of crimes on the sidewalk walking into the court, right?
There's a higher chance that you're going to be videotaping a victim in that room than out here, I guess.
Right. Well, anybody that walks in could potentially be a victim. That's what I'm talking about. How would I know up there?
No, I'm saying, how would you know that they're actually going into the court?
Right. Oh, I mean, this is the courthouse, right?
Well, I mean, if they're just out here.
I'm saying I can film anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the reasonableness of it. I understand. I'm just saying the reasonableness of me to, that I can film everybody walking in, but once they're in, you can't film them anymore because I can film right here from the sidewalk, right? I'm just saying. Go ahead, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead,
So,
sir.
In this, I mean, they said they don't normally have give it to you. They said that you can find all this online.
Yeah, that's
You
what
go
they
through,
told
like,
me.
the Ohio Supreme Court and all that. You can find the local law,
Right.
or local codes and all that. Okay. So in this packet, Rule 9.04, video recording prohibited. The use of video recording or videotaping devices and the use of still photography devices inside the Prairie Municipal Court shall be prohibited.
Right.
Okay. So under that code right there, that's the reasoning for why you can't be up in there. Okay. All this is approved and everything by the Ohio Supreme Court.
Right.
So it's coming down from them. It's not just.
And that's all I wanted to see was the actual. All I wanted to see was the
and they
rule.
said you can have this.
Okay, perfect.
And I have a sticky note.
I didn't want to have it. I don't need to have it.
For your concerns, I'm going to go speak with them, see if they can maybe post that.
Right? Yeah. No. I don't even need to have it. I'll take it. But it's. I didn't want to keep it. I just wanted to see the actual rule because a lot of times people lie to me. They say you can't record in here, and then it turns out I can. So I just wanted to see the rule, be advised of the rule. I'm not trying to get held in contempt of court by a judge. I'm never going to win that.
Contempt, it said maybe like a disorderly because you'd have to be in front of the judge for it to be contempt. But
Right.
it said,
But
your opinions-
you could. There's such thing as indirect. there's indirect contempt, and it's definitely, that's what he told me. He says, I said, sir, what would I be arrested for? He said, disorderly conduct. I'm like, it's not disorderly conduct. I was like, you know, it has to be some type of conduct that's actual disorderly. I know the statute. I mean, but again, I've worked with officers here in Ohio.
I'll go discuss that with you.
It could be because he told you that there was a rule against you recording and you continue to record.
Right, but that's not in and of itself disorderly conduct. It's disorderly conduct is actual my conduct that would be disorderly, not just not listening to some random guy who says that there's a rule. You know, again,
Well,
I like he said, like right, he's the court administrator. Right. But to me, I didn't know who he was at first. He's like, I'm not telling you who I am. At the end, sure, but he came up to me very aggressively. And again, all I wanted to see was the rule. I didn't think it was a big deal to see the rule.
Well, now that we're done with that and you have the...
Am I being detained any longer?
No, but since you were in violation, are you able to just delete the video that when you were inside? You can keep the recording of when you were outside talking with us.
Well, no, unless I'm being forced to under threat of arrest or threat of contempt, I'm not going to. Just it's my right to record.
It's not your right, though.
Not. I mean, I think there was nobody in there that was.
Yeah, I'll go speak with them again because of the victims being up,
Right.
potentially being up there. They might.
Well, that's fine. I just want to know if I'm detained because I'd like to get out of here. I'm still detained.
Until we can figure out what they want to do, because you were in violation. They provided that.
Right. So what is? Sir, I just don't want to put down my phone. What does it say on there? The consequences of the violation. What does it say that the consequences would be?
What the consequences are. It just shows the rules.
Normally, in the rules, they'll say something along the line of.
You still maybe approved pursuant to municipal local code if you get approval through them.
So it doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Normally, it will say, you know, this is a violation of. Again, if it's. I just know it's not disorderly conduct. So that, I mean, if you want to arrest me for disorderly conduct, go ahead. That's an easy charge to beat because I didn't do it. I wasn't disorderly. He's cursing. He was cursing and screaming and raising his voice. I've been talking the same thing the whole time.
The issue is that you have the recording where you're not supposed to
Right,
be recording in.
But again, I did not know. I did not see a rule. No one showed me a rule. There's no rule posted conspicuously.
Showed you
Now, right. And now I'm already out of the courthouse after you showed me.
You have the recording that was inside that.
Right.
Why they prevent you.
It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You could just, you know, erase. Even if I'm arrested, you still can't go into my phone and erase it, right? You still can't. You need a warrant.
Well, we'll see if he wants to charge you that.
All right. I mean, I'm saying, even if you arrest me, it doesn't solve the problem of the recording. It's not going to get erased. You can't just go into people's phone and erase their footage. I'm not going anywhere. You tell me I'm detained, I'm staying right here. Tell me I'm under arrest, I'm not going to fight you, I'm not going to run. Not a threat to you guys. All right, I just want to make that clear. Thank you, have a good day.
This one shows exactly how fast a simple visit turns into chaos when ego outranks the law. The auditor walks into an Ohio courthouse, calm and respectful, just asking questions and recording, totally legal. The clerk treats him right and even offers to print the rule about recording. Then the court administrator storms in and everything crashes. He panics, shouts, "Turn off your phone," tries to order the bailiff to seize the camera, and even claims he's law enforcement. Total power trip meltdown. A female officer arrives and actually listens. She stays calm while he explains. No law broken, just questions. She tries to handle it professionally, but you can tell she's stuck defending a mess someone else created. The auditor never raises his voice, never resists, just asks for the rule, the one the clerk tried to give him before the admin shut her down. Eventually, a supervisor brings the actual rules, proving the auditor was right the whole time. No arrest, no disorderly charge, just a fragile ego exposed and a cop trying her best to smooth things over. Record everything. These moments show why it matters.
You want me to go over there?
Yeah, fine.
Are you detaining me?
Yeah, you are being detained.
I'm being detained right now?
Yeah.
For what crime? For what crime?
Well, right now you're trespassing.
No, I'm not. I'm out here in the public area. I'm not going over there. You're not gonna make me trespass and then trespass me. I'm out here in the front. I'm in the front. I'm in the front. There's no sign saying I cannot be here. What's your name and badge number? Foster? Foster? Costa? I'm in front, ma'am. I'm in front. Are you gonna arrest me? You're gonna arrest me for being right here? Or what? Are you gonna arrest me? I'm walking. Or what? Are you gonna arrest me? I'm going. Why do you have your handcuffs out? I'm in front.
Well, listen, who are you? Do you have ID?
I don't need to have ID.
You're behind here.
I'm not behind. I'm in front, ma'am.
You have an ID?
I don't have an ID.
Okay, listen.
What?
You need to
How do you
leave.
spell your name?
Koska, C-O-S-K-A. You need to leave.
What's your
right
name and
now.
badge number?
M7326.
Your name and badge number?
Peterson, M2043.
What's the name?
Peterson.
Peterson?
Leave.
Or what? Are you gonna arrest me?
I'm going to charge you with trespassing, and if I have to arrest you to get your identity, I will do it.
For being where?
Refusing to leave.
I'm walking away.
The back lot of the police station.
I'm not in the back lot.
You're in the wooded area. Are you leaving?
Yes,
Go.
I am.
Right now, are you subject to arrest?
I am. You just lost your qualified immunity.
Go.
You just lost your qualified immunity. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. You just lost your qualified immunity. Civil litigation. Civil litigation. Can I have one of your superiors out here? Give me one of your superiors out on the sidewalk. I want a lieutenant or a captain on the sidewalk. Lieutenant or captain on the sidewalk. Right there, guys. 617 695 3800. Let's see what we got going on here. Yes, there's a gentleman out on the sidewalk that would like to speak to a lieutenant or a captain because he was just trespassed from their property.
He wants to?
Yeah, he would like to speak to a lieutenant or a captain.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Thank you. Can you guys hear it?
Hi, yeah, so if he wants to come, if he wants to talk to someone, he's going to have to come in the station.
I was just trespassed off the property. I can't.
You're what?
I was just trespassed off the property. I can't.
They just told me that you can come in the station.
If you guys are giving me permission to come back on the property, then I will.
Yeah, they are giving you permission.
All right, because I don't want to get set up for a, I don't want to get set up for an arrest right now.
No, you got permission.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, we're going in. I'll be right in. All right, guys, you heard that, right?
Oh man, how you doing?
Good, how are you guys?
Not bad, yourself?
Good. So, to someone over her.
Okay. Do you have like a complaint or
Yeah.
who are you looking to speak to?
Whoever's above her, at least. I want to know why she jumped so quick to being detaining someone and then threatening with arrest on public property. This is why I don't want to speak to her. Ma'am, I already said I don't want to speak to you, so please. All right. Sergeant Costa, right? All right. It's crazy how much of a disdain police officers have for us exercising our rights. It's literally our First Amendment right to do this, and they say like Jesus Christ, like this guy. They shake their head at you. They should be like, thank you. They should thank us for exercising our rights. Protecting our First Amendment against tyrants of the U.S. Here in Massachusetts, trespass laws, it has to be clearly indicated with signage, especially on public property. Authorized personnel, restricted access, like at the front. Massachusetts, you can't just say, oh, you can't be on this public property back here. They're getting told to leave the front desk. We'll deal with this another time, I guess, huh?
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Anything I specifically can help you with, sir?
Are you a lieutenant or anything? You are?
Yep.
I'd like to complain about Sergeant Costa.
Okay.
She just threatened me with arrest. She detained me illegally, and she also illegally tried to trespass me from this property.
Okay, if you'd like to fill out a complaint, I can give you a complaint form.
So I want to know if I go back in the front of this building, not beyond the fence, am I going to be arrested?
What are you doing wrong?
Nothing.
Okay, you can
All right.
go out there, just, you know, you have wetlands over there, you have the fence itself blocking off certain areas.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't going beyond any of that.
If you'd like to fill out a complaint form, I can provide that for you.
All right.
At any time.
Is there some online as well?
You know what? I honestly don't know about that.
Okay.
I can find the answer out if you'd like to hold on for a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no problem. Let me just give you 1 minute, okay?
Thank you, sir. Guys, the phones are really ringing right now. I wonder if they're always this busy.
Sir, I don't have that online.
Oh, there isn't?
I just went through, but if you'd like to come in at any time and...
You think I can write out an email and send it to like professional standards or something as a complaint?
Well, the first thing I would do is if it's like a supervisor, would go to the deputy chief. I can give you his
Okay.
direct email address if you'd like to send it to him.
Yeah, if there's a card or something, I can have
No
that.
problem. I'll write it on a card.
Thank you, sir. See, there's some professionalism. I wonder what the change was. I wonder if he's always that professional.
This is the generic form, sir.
All right.
Card, but I'll put you his direct email on the
Sure,
back for you.
I appreciate that. Can I just get your name also?
Sure, last name's Caputo, badge number 9119.
All right, 9119.
Yes.
Caputo?
Yeah, Caputo.
Caputo. Like the guy on TV?
Yeah.
You get that all the time, huh?
I do.
Yeah.
For the author, there's an author.
Oh, there is?
Philip Caputo's an author.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he might be Cavuto.
Oh.
The guy that does the stocks and everything.
Oh, that's Cavuto? And you're Caputo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I have my lefty chicken scratch, so just J. O'Neill.
J. O'Neill.
At
MPD.
MPD for Milton Police,
Yeah.
mpdmilton.org.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
So
Thank
I
you.
blast him off an email.
Thank you,
He's
sir.
really good at getting back to
All right,
people.
cool. I appreciate that.
All right. Anything else? Are you good?
No, that's it. Thank you. As long as I don't go beyond the fence, like I know I.
Yeah, it's like, we get a lot of, people in the town, like they'll see people walking in the brush and stuff like that. There's some historical things over there too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Don't get all wigged out. But,
Yeah, I get it.
If you could help us out, I'd appreciate it.
I abide by signs and fencing. That's what I do.
Yeah, I'll work with you.
All right.
We do, like around the edge and stuff like that. There's some vehicles, that were involved in accidents.
Yeah, I literally wasn't gonna go beyond that fence line.
Yeah.
Because the fence does go along the back too, but I wasn't.
Because we couldn't, just
Yeah.
to give you some information, we couldn't extend it any further
Yeah.
that way because
Because of wetlands. Yeah.
So-
So I didn't want to walk any further
Totally fine.
backwards.
If you could help me out, I'd greatly appreciate
Absolutely.
it, and I'll work with you.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
Yep, not a problem.
Thank you.
This audit at the Milton Police Department turns ugly fast, all thanks to Officer Koska, who clearly doesn't know the law or her own boundaries. The auditor is filming in a public area, nowhere near any restricted signs or fences, totally legal, but Koska storms in with handcuffs ready, threatening arrest, demanding ID, and trying to push him into a trespass trap. Zero professionalism, zero patience, all ego. Her backup? 2 officers who just silently follow along, even handing her the cuffs like props in a bad play. But the auditor holds his ground, stays calm, and refuses to be bullied. That's why we record. Then finally, a real cop shows up. Lieutenant Caputo steps in, listens, explains the rules, answers questions, and even gives the auditor a direct email to file a complaint. Total professionalism, the exact opposite of Koska. Respect to the auditor for standing strong, and respect to Caputo for showing the department how it should be done. A clear First Amendment win, and a reminder that one tyrant can ruin trust, but one good officer can restore it.